This rifle unboxing video is going to be a little bit different. Gavin, you here from UltimateReloader.com. I'm joined by Eric Renander. You work with CMMG, and that's
Yes,
what
sir.
we're going to be talking about.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it and enjoyed the hospitality.
Absolutely. So the typical rifle unboxing video is you show the rifle, you sight it in at 100 yards, and then you do load development, you shoot at 600, you confirm your dope, and then maybe you go to 1,000. We're going to unbox this CMMG Endeavor long-range oriented 6.5 Creedmoor AR-10 style rifle. We're going to do a quick sight in with the shot marker system, and then we're going to go straight to 1,000.
Yep.
Now, I'm particularly excited about this because I just finished a Jeep road all the way to the top of the mountain where we shoot all the way over where we're standing right now, and we've got the shot marker system set up at 1,000. This is going to be awesome. And it's interesting. A lot of guys with 6.5 Creedmoor are going to be oriented towards bolt action rifles. And
Correct.
I have an AR-10. It is a .308 Winchester. It's been accurate, but I kind of thought, wouldn't it be fun to have something with a bit more long-range efficiency, with a bit less recoil, and a bit longer barrel? My AR-10 is a DPMS LR308B. It's got an 18-inch barrel.
Yeah, and this is going to have a 24-inch barrel on the Endeavor. So
Yes.
it's going to be able to reach out there and touch something. Again, you mentioned bolt-action rifles. Most people are going to go that route with 6.5 Creedmoor, but a lot of people love the AR platform. A lot of people are aware of CMMG and what we do, and we're very well known for our conversion kits and for our Banshee line, which is very popular. It's doing very well for us. But we also make, the precision calibers as well, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 22 Nosler, 224 Valkyrie, and we make them and offer them in our Endeavor line, which is what this is in front of us.
So my goal is to show the entire product family. I've already shown Resolute in 2 different forms. We've got Endeavor here. I want to show Banshee too. I think we should follow up with that.
I think we will have to do that, and we'll probably have to have a pretty fun caliber with that one
Yes.
as
well. Okay, so I'm getting itchy. Let's get this box open. This is going to be really familiar. You guys have seen the other 2 kind of unboxing videos that I've done with that Grendel and with the 350 Legend. Everything comes packaged nicely. This is slate.
Correct.
So
Yep. And we offer 10 different Cerakote colors. I believe you mentioned the midnight or burnt bronze that you had. We have snow white, we have flat dark earth, we have OD green. We have 10 different Cerakote options, and the Cerakote comes with the 300 series. So we mentioned this is an Endeavor.
Yep.
We have the 100, 200, and 300 series.
which are kind of like trim levels, essentially.
Exactly. It's upgrading the furniture, the trigger, the hand guards, the charging handle, and with those upgrades come price. So depending on your budget, you'd be looking at the 100, the 200, or the 300 series. So not everybody's going to be jumping in. This one particular here is the 300 series, and it's going to be about $23.50 is what you're looking at right there for the price point. So if that's not in your wheelhouse, you look at the 100 series, and it's going to cost less, and then you can upgrade it from there, which is the beauty of the AR.
Yep. And what I like about this is it's got the stuff that I want already configured for long range. This is the new Magpul PRS buttstock. It's got the slope, which I actually really like. The original one that I got with my Ruger Precision Rifle, my other 6.5 Creedmoor, is flat. And for field shooting, I like to have a little bit of elevation control moving my rear bag, and the slope is going to do that. Geisley SSA.
Yep.
I already did the trigger scan. We're going to include that visual from the mid-size, the 6.5 Grendel.
Yep, and those are in the 300 series. So again, I mentioned the series, you're going to have a different trigger depending on which series you're in. Again, that's all information you can look up on cmmginc.com to look at all the different specs and the weights. This one here is going to be about 11.5 pounds. We mentioned the 24-inch barrel, 15-inch M-LOK handguard. Again, but cmmginc.com is going to have all the information there for you.
There we go. First time this baby's been together.
It looks brand new. You can definitely tell you have not shot it or even rolled it around in the dirt yet.
Yep. And so let's get this Magpul PMag open. This is a PMag 20, and if you buy one of the rifles, you're actually going to get 2 of these, right?
No, you just get the one.
Oh, you get the one. Okay.
Just the one. Yep. But we do sell the magazines on the website as well.
Now look at that. Pretty bad looking rifle, huh? I totally love that. Okay, so why don't we take a break, refresh ourselves on the specs, and we'll walk through every feature and every detail on this rifle.
Okay.
So in short, this is a premium AR.
Correct.
You've got a billet upper, a billet lower. Those are both 70-75.
That is correct. Yep.
And when you look at it, you can see, it's got the flared magwell, the oversized magwell, And what's nice about this is I've got one of my magazines here from my LR308B. That's going to interchange, and that's going to work with it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, and as you mentioned, the billet upper and lower 775 will stay kind of here on the lower with the Magpul pistol grip, the Geisley SSA trigger.
Yep.
Moving back, the oversized ambidextrous charging handle, which is very nice, easy to grab. You're not going to miss that thing.
Yep. And with the scope on top, that's really nice to be able to reach around the side.
Correct. Oftentimes, ARs are very small. It's hard to get your fingers in there, depending on where you have the optic for the eye relief. Again, it's very nice. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the consumers who have used it. They like that charging handle a lot.
Yep.
And then going back, we'll go back and then back to the front.
Sure.
We have the Magpul PRS stock, which you mentioned earlier. You really like the slant there. It works well with your bag. Moving back up to the front, we have a rifle length gas port with the 24-inch barrel, 1 and 8 twist, and then to top it off with the SV brake threaded 5/8 24.
And I like the ambi fire selector.
Correct. Yep.
From either side, you can go from safe to semi.
Yep.
That's really nice.
And that's on all 300 series that CMMG offers. So all 300 series are going to have the charging handle and the ambi select across the board. Banshee, Resolute, and Endeavor 300 series.
Cool. So with that, here's what I think we should do. I'm going to mount an Arca rail. It's from a different rifle. It might hang off just a little bit, but I really want to use that Warren bipod.
Yep,
the one that I just
They
featured.
launched that this year, I believe. It shot just recently, so.
I've been using that with my 300 PRC custom, and it's awesome.
Good.
And then let's throw on, what do you think, like a Nikon optic maybe, like a 6-24?
Well, if we're going to be shooting 1,000, we'll definitely need something that's got higher magnification, so I think 6-24 will do just fine.
Let's do it.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to taking this out. Again, 100 yards and then going straight to 1,000.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to getting on the gun, to seeing you shoot. It's going to be a lot of fun. And one thing that I didn't mention earlier that CMMG, it's on the packaging. I don't know if we showed that or not, but CMMG's lifetime warranty policy.
Made in U.S.
Yep.
They're going to take care of you.
Boonville, Missouri. You buy this, it's going to be in your family for forever. So CMMG stands behind their product. If you have an issue with it, we'll get you taken care of, and we'll make sure that you get a new rifle or repair it for you so that it is working up to your standards.
All right, let's get this rifle ready.
Let's do it.
Well, we got a complete rifle here.
Yep, we've accessorized it. It's going to help us achieve our goal of shooting out to 1,000 yards with the 6.5 Creedmoor. We got the full-length Arca rail, the Warren Skyline bipod, which is going to help keep us sturdy. And then on top, we have a Nikon Black FX1000. It's a 6-24 first focal plane, 0 stop, 30mm tube, 50mm objective lens. So it should help us achieve our goals of hitting targets out to 1,000 yards with 6.5 Creedmoor out of the AR platform.
I'm itching to shoot, so let's go sight this thing in.
Let's go out to the range.
Okay, shooting. And shooting again. That had to be one of the quickest sight-in jobs I've ever done. We went to 100 yards. We got the rifle, bore sighted, looked through the bore, looked through the scope, got the reticle to agree with what the bore was showing on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper on the first shot. Couple follow-up shots to get it zeroed, and then it was time to take off the turret caps, set the zero stop. I love the way the zero stop works on this. You just loosen the little Allen screws, you tighten it down, reset the Allen screws, and then adjust the turret so it says 0. Then there's 3 Allen screws on the turret itself. Set the windage to 0. Boom, done. Couple confirmation shots.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean,
10 minutes probably is my guess.
And I tend to obsess. I tend to shoot groups. I tend to do a whole bunch of over-analysis.
Well, we said we'd shoot 100 yards and then go to 1,000.
Yes, and we were even using factory ammo. This is the Federal Gold Medal Burger, 130 grain Burger hybrid ammunition, and off and running. This was the first time that I've taken the new mountain road up to the top, new shooting pad. I felled a tree, nice line of sight view of the 1,000-yard target.
Beautiful up there, absolutely beautiful.
Flipped over the shot marker from 100 yards to 1,000 yards, and boom, we're in business. And here's what was interesting is I entered all of the ballistic data into the shooter app. And when I calculated from that point where we're shooting, it was 970. 970 yards. I forgot to put the altitude in, which is 2,040 feet, 2,050 feet approximately. It said to come up 7.5 mil. And I did that, and it was low. And you could actually see with shot marker, we went into the sensor monitor.
Yes, yep.
And you could see that it was down there at the bottom. And then I did another shot, and it was just kind of at the bottom of the frame. And so with the scale on shot marker, I was able to estimate the number of inches come up. It took a few times of really getting the data dialed in, all the dope and whatnot. But we also had kind of a variable wind, and that was kind of
we did.
messing with
And
us
it
a
would
little
change
bit.
every once in a while too. It wasn't much, but it was enough when you're shooting long distance that it's going to throw it just a little bit. So.
We've done it the old way without shot marker, and I'll have to say there's kind of a lot of guesswork. You have to look for dirt splashes for your misses and stuff like that. So I'm loving how that gets me on target. And then what I'll usually do is what we did today, get kind of centered up on the shot marker target, and then try for the 10-inch by 10-inch IPSC. It's 10 by 10 plus the little portion that sticks down. Yep. And so then it was time to give her a shot.
Yep, and you were the first shooter, and I'm sure there's going to be footage rolling in here any second, if it hasn't already, where first pull the trigger, impact, almost
Let's take a look at that moment real quick.
Yes.
Shooting.
Impact.
Impact, center punch.
Great shot.
That was about maybe 2 inches off at 1,000 yards. First try.
Great shot. And what a shot that was.
Yeah.
I was excited. Colin, myself, you, first trigger pull. I think I was spotting, and I could see it going right on target. Called impact. Almost center mass. First shot at steel at a 10 by 10.
Yep. And then I want to show you one more sequence real quick because with the variable wind, we were off the left or the right edge, but I want to show you, I was able to hit 3 in a row on that 10-inch by 10-inch piece of steel with this rifle, with the factory ammo. Let's check that out.
Yeah. Impact.
Okay. Half mil to the right.
Impact. You're hitting the very top left of the plate.
Okay.
What's your hold? Impact.
Dude.
3 in a row.
And then it was your guys' turn.
Yes. A couple of the newbies got to get on the gun. We were able to have some success. It took us a little bit longer. We weren't able to hit it first shot like yourself. I think that was a little bit of a home cooking. You know the area a little bit better than we do.
You should blame the wind.
The
wind must have picked up, right?
I know it did for a fact. I could feel it on the back of my hair, mustache a little bit. The face was cooling off, so that definitely picked up when we were shooting. But it was a lot of fun. Like you said, you're able to get on target. That first shot was awesome. Myself, I got to be able to shoot and get on target a couple times, which is just a lot of fun. It's so rewarding when you put in the work and the time, and which luckily today it wasn't a lot of work or a lot of time. 10 minutes setting in 100 yards, and straight to 1,000, get to dope, and we're shooting. And it was just a lot of fun, showcasing not what the 6.5 Creedmoor can do, because I think we all know what the 6.5 Creedmoor is capable of, but just the AR platform itself.
Oh, yeah.
And CMMG and what we're passionate about. Making AR platforms and a variety of calibers, 16 or 17 some calibers that we manufacture in different variations. The Banshee, the Resolute, and the Endeavor line, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to shoot 20 yards with pistol caliber carbines, and it's fun to shoot 1,000 yards with 6.5 Creedmoor. Yeah,
the 1,000-yard shooting never gets old, and I'll have to say, with an AR, being able to get on that steel first shot for 10 in by 10 at 1,000, I always do better with my hand loads, right? Because you're able to tune the ammunition to the rifle. You're able to pick everything perfectly: the powder, the primer, the powder charge, the bullet seating depth. So I feel really good about this rifle. I feel like if we were able to achieve that today with some hand loads and some fine tuning, this thing is going to be just amazing.
Well, it's out of the box. You hadn't shot it before. I hadn't shot it before. This rifle.
And it shoots nice, doesn't it? That SV brake actually works really well.
Yep. Very little recoil, 11.5 pounds, helps reduce some of that recoil. And everything that we did, anybody can go and buy.
Yeah.
It's not custom.
I think the recoil on this is less, and it might be the butt stock, the ergonomics of the butt stock, than the Grendel, the midsize.
I'll have to take your word for that because I haven't shot it, but
I think this thing is real pleasant, is how
is
I would describe it.
very enjoyable to shoot. Very fun.
Yep, and there's some practical applications too.
Yep.
You can imagine if you're competing at 1,000 yards plus and you want to run, a gas gun, this would be a great option. How many deer did we see on the hill? 10,
10,
maybe?
probably
10 total.
2 bucks are out there just
Yep.
tossing them.
And so if you're going to take a long-range shot and it happens to not take the deer down on the first shot, you've got a follow-up shot, and with a bolt gun there's that extra second.
Yeah.
And there's the removing your sight picture sometimes.
Yeah, and I
stuff
think
like
there was
that.
a couple times today when I was shooting and on the gun where I had a pretty quick follow-up second shot, just a matter of a couple of seconds, where if I had to run that action, I probably would have to get back on the gun a little bit. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I was able to stay on target much faster, send another one down range just a couple seconds afterwards.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right, with that semi-automatic platform,
Yep.
the AR. So a lot of fun. The whole rig put together with the optic, the mount, the rifle, again, the factory ammo. Anybody can go do exactly what we just did today.
Yep. The real question is, what do you think? What do you think about a 6.5 Creedmoor AR-10? What do you think about this CMMG Endeavor 300? What do you think about the slate Cerakote that I picked? This thing is hot looking, I have to say.
It looks good. The black and the slate, everything just complements each other.
Yep.
Everything.
So drop a comment. If you want to see something else with this rifle, drop a comment and I'll add it to my list. Maybe I'll do a video or a bit of a story on it in the follow-up stories. I'd kind of like to pit this against my Ruger Precision Rifle at 1,000.
Why not?
Look at the relative performance. Our velocity exceeded what the specification was. We had about 2850 at 100, and it was down to about 1,500 feet per second at 1,000. So I'm thinking the 140s or even heavier bullets with a higher BC are going to be cooking even a little bit faster than that at 1,000.
Yeah.
So
no, that would be a good comparison to see.
lots more to do. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications because we got a lot more related content coming up. And again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks, Eric, for coming out.
Thank you for
really
having
had
me.
a fun time.
Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully we can do it again soon and probably do some pistol shooting stuff here soon.
On that note, more CMMG content coming up soon.
Yep.
Until next time, happy shooting and happy reloading.